Hello, you beautiful nerds. Welcome to the Drunk Banthas podcast, where we talk about sci-fi, fantasy, horror, and all the popular art that we love. Also, we do it drunk.
Mostly.
I'm joined, as always, by my co-host and brother Bill. How you doing?
I'm doing great. It's your country favorite cousin's favorite cousin, Show Hat Old Timey. Now I have to get more hats.
Yeah, the show hat is out.
I can't live up to the name Show Hat without some mo hats.
Yeah, you gotta get some mo hats for your show hat, or you could just you always have one hat. Like you never wear a different hat. You always have the same hat.
Penny, go sit down.
It could be different. But today we are talking about
this dog has become a part of the show at this point.
Yeah, whether we want to or not. She's like the little intern who never does her job. But today we are talking about the HBO original series, Righteous Gemstones, Season 3, Episode 7, Burn for Burn, Wound for Wound, Strap for Strap.
I'm thinking about giving Penny a job as a producer. Producer Penny.
Producer credit. I mean, it does sound nice. Producer
She ain't gonna ask for much money.
Producer P. Yeah, she literally can't spend it.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you what, we can both split her half.
Hey, she'll get paid in exactly the amount of labor that she performs, which will
exactly. It's only fair.
Yeah, it's only fair.
That's a fair.
Before we get into the nitty gritty of this episode, what were your initial thoughts on the new Righteous Gemstones?
Well, my initial thoughts were this one, every season we have an episode where the drama gets kicked into
fourth gear.
That's right. That's right. I hope that the cut was perfect on that. I hope it cut over to you just in time where it's like fourth gear for the dramatic effect and all. But every season has an episode where we get a dope, dramatic, kind of action-filled episode. And the last 2 seasons, it's been our boy, what's his name? The action...
Oh, Gideon?
It's been our boy Gideon. He has literally brought us 2 of the craziest action scenes in 2 seasons. Like, he's like, I don't give a fuck. Y'all better not be fucking with my family.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, he's pretty great. And it makes sense for him to be the character to do that because he's trained in all this actions.
That's true, but
stuff.
It's like a juxtaposition for him to be the character to do that because he's the character who cares less about the family, allegedly. Like he's the character who, he doesn't want to involve himself in the traditions of the family, but he's always the one who's like, yo, I'm going to stand up for my family, though. Like, he stood up for his family against the people who he was trying to rob his family with.
Yeah.
He's a family guy.
Yeah, he still has a lot of loyalty to his family, even though he doesn't necessarily want to have anything to do with the church.
Right.
He still loves and cares for his family. Yeah, it's another great episode. Like you said, a lot of balance of action and drama, which you don't always get action from this show. But when Jody Hill and Danny McBride decide they're gonna throw it in there, it always works out pretty well.
Get it once or twice an episode.
Yeah, once.
I mean a season. Excuse me. Why I keep saying episode? Maybe it's tequila. I don't know.
Tequila. Yeah,
I'm blaming on tequila mostly, but I do have this problem where I say the wrong shit. So it could just be that.
But at the beginning of this episode, it is pretty tense. It starts out with the abduction of the Gemstones. Jesse, Kelvin, and Judy are abducted by the Montgomerys, and Big Carl isn't really taking it so well.
Fucking Montgomerys.
What did you think of this opening scene and the clear distaste on Big Carl's face from the whole situation?
Well, you say distaste, I say he was sad. He was truly sad.
Yeah.
He was like, yo, these are my cousins. I love them. I always loved them. And then we became friends with them again. And now y'all want me to not love them. I'm sure a lot of mixed emotions for Carl, which this guy's not a real actor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like a UFC fighter, right?
Yeah. So let's just say, for the purpose of this podcast, we can go do Unfiltered Bachelor, and we can talk about how Some of that shit is kind of cartoonish and how they be acting as far as promoting the fights and whatnot, because they kind of are like actors. But he's not a real actor. He did a pretty goddamn good job. He doesn't have a lot of lines. You can still get the emotion from him. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of really good actors struggled with doing that on their own. I.e. Christian Bale. He's really good at it. He won some Oscars, but I'm just saying. He's even said that that's the difficult part about being in a role where you don't get to say a lot. So,
yeah, he's in.
I was very impressed by Carl. I'm glad you asked about the beginning, because he was in a lot of the beginning, but then like a lot of the end, like not really much in between.
Yeah, not a lot in the middle, which I thought was handled well. So you're not like constantly getting reaction shots from him. So they're not beating you over the head with Carl's gonna break him out at the end. But spoilers, Carl breaks him out at the end.
Again, I don't know why you're watching this show without watching the show first. I'm not saying that you shouldn't.
It's like saying allegedly before you accuse somebody of a crime.
No, but
you just have to say spoilers before you say it.
Yeah, no, but also I've gotten in the habit of just saying, because of that, I've gotten in the habit of saying, like, I don't know why you're watching right now. Like, I don't know why. I wonder why you're watching.
Yeah, no judgments, but it is a weird,
please keep watching. But tell me in the comments why. Tell me.
Yeah, tell us. And
if you don't tell me the next time, you can guarantee you'll get 20 minutes on why haven't you commented.
Get a solid 20.
Don't fuck with me.
Peter Montgomery is pretty. He's pretty happy. He's pleased with himself. But Eli refuses to pay the ransom. So the Montgomerys, then he gets pretty upset, and the Montgomerys threaten to kill one of the gemstones after the church service to prove that they're serious. Did you ever think that they were like really in danger? Do you think that Peter would have actually crossed?
They were in danger. It didn't matter what Peter was gonna do. Old buddy said he was gonna kill him.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Hey, old buddy was like, "We give $15 million.
I'll kill somebody. It ain't nothing but a thing.
It ain't nothing but a thing."
Yeah.
I was like, "God damn." I was feeling like Judy for a second. God damn, dog.
Right?
You can calm down.
Yeah, it got super tense in there pretty quick. I'm starting to think that I need to look up actually the cast for that, just like congregation or whatever, because Jody Hill likes working with non-actors or bad actors, or non-traditional actors.
Yeah, actors that make him feel good about his acting. Sorry, Jody. I'm sorry. I had to take a shot. And not of tequila. Look, it was funny. It was wild.
Because like that one dude who's singing at the service, I meant to look him up because it's like, I bet that dude's a real country singer or something like that.
The dude was like, yeah, he's got to be a fucking country singer. Fuck that guy. It was a terrible song. Fuck anybody talking shit about California. I live in California. God damn it, you fucking country bumpkins. And most people that talk shit about California outside of California are not from California, never been to California.
That's true. But
this is a fact.
People talk shit about places they've never been. That's never changed.
Also, I do keep this same energy for people who talk shit about Alabama. As shameful as it is, I still do.
But yeah, then later, it gets pretty tense back at the Gemstone household. Eli.
Well, let's talk about. Hold on, before we do that, let's talk about the abductions.
Oh, the abductions themselves, like the opening scene?
Yes, because them shits was funny, dog. Like, Judy is going rampant through the fucking drugstore to get what? What was she getting?
Pain medicine for BJ, because his face was all messed up from the fight.
Messed his whole shit all up, right? And so then, she gets caught by the...
Did she just take it? Because I didn't see her exchange any money or anything.
She yelled at an Asian lady in very condescending and almost racist ways and told her to give her that shit. And she gave it to her. I don't know how that works.
Yeah,
but it was hilarious. And then they tore up her whole fucking car with the Revenger, right?
The Redeemer.
The Redeemer.
Yeah.
I forgot about the song.
Oh, was it? Yeah, there was a song.
Yeah, there was a song.
Yeah, that was a pretty cool moment of him or them pulling up on the car to just make it stick up in the air, which was half intimidation, but also half keeping her from being able to run away because she was also in the air.
You're forgetting one other part of the mathematical equation, Alex, and that is it was also half cool.
Yeah, cool as shit.
It was cool as shit, smashing cars and shit, dog.
You're doing your Keith impression. Let's talk about Keith a little bit.
I know, if you want me to do my Keith impression, I will keep it very quick and I will keep it soft, but I do not want you to feel left out. Don't let me make you think that I'm doing my Keith impersonation.
He is pretty distraught in this episode. I thought that he was just about to straight up pull out some sort of skills we never seen before and just track him down himself. But that didn't happen.
Keith is my favorite character.
Yeah, Keith is great.
Don't make me do Keith impersonations this entire time.
Yeah, this will be a very long podcast.
I will do Keith impersonations and I will keep this podcast right on time. Have you guys seen a handsome man?
That's your way of describing it.
No, that's how he did it.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying Keith, that's your way of just trying to describe.
Oh, you just trying to make me Keith
man.
all of a sudden. Like you're interviewing Keith. Don't try to interview me as Keith.
But yeah, that was a hilarious moment. Keith always funny. It was funny when he came from the bushes or whatever later on when he was talking to Rachel and Gideon. And they're just like, what's his name? Is it Keith? And it's I always heard it as Heath. Nobody knows.
I think they said key, but it was something. It was shit that had didn't even sound right.
Yeah, I think BJ said Keeb, and then
what the fuck?
And Gideon said Heath.
Heath. I don't think what's her name even tried. She was just what?
Yeah, Rachel's like, who is he? Who this guy is.
We all stop talking to him so we can get him fuck up out of here. And then they were and then BJ was like, no. Your family.
Yeah.
You're friends with Kelvin.
Rachel was straight up ready to
so your family. Also, notice that Kelvin's name is obviously not Calvin, but it's Kelvin.
Yeah.
And Keith's name is not Keith, but it's Keith.
It's almost a name. It's just a little bit.
It's a name. It's just a name for the dust that comes off of your marijuana. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And I didn't know his name was Keith until episode 8 of season 1. Turning on my subtitles.
Yeah, you really have to just pay attention to Adam Devine's is he
subtitles?
Is he? Oh, you got the subtitles.
I turned on the subtitles. I cheated. I haven't been in the South for longer than 2 weeks in about 11, 12 years. Okay, so look, I can't remember how to understand motherfuckers. Okay, he says something. I don't know what the fuck he said. I have to put on the subtitles, man.
But I'm wondering if something's gonna just develop from this situation, maybe mend the rift between them two, because we do see how the abduction helps the gemstones themselves bond together.
Let me ask you a question. Were you surprised that Keith wasn't involved in the rescue of the gemstone?
Yeah, like I was mentioning before, I was expecting him to just
Yeah, I know you mentioned. Yeah. I'm saying, but were you surprised?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it was definitely surprising that he didn't even come in as a Deus Ex Machina and he was the one who came and saved the day. Because he just felt Deus so strongly. He clearly felt so strongly.
That's an anime reference.
No,
it's not.
No, it's an old Italian theater reference. It's when God comes out of nowhere and saves someone, but now it's just uses when the movie just writes in a random hero to come in and save the day.
Y'all talking about a miracle?
Yeah, a miracle. Yeah, a movie miracle.
A miracle.
With plot holes and all. But yeah, in the theater sense, like it was definitely like a literal miracle. Like God.
Cliffhanger. The movie Cliffhanger.
Yeah. I think it means...
Cliffhanger is exactly what you're describing. If you disagree with me, put it in the comments. But yeah, I was expecting Keith to have a little bit more to do there. You know what? I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you.
No.
Because you already really said what you said. I'm tired of saying put it in the comments. I must be right 90% of the time because people never put it in the comments. We must be right like 99.9% of the time. Like we like Clorox wipes. We're like handling it.
And that's a subtle call to action, guys. Just go ahead and put it in the comments if you guys have any thoughts. Positive or negative.
Maybe it's not a call to action. Don't put nothing in the comments. If I'm right, then don't put nothing in there. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll just got your boy. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe I'm right.
And if he's right
all the time.
And if he's right, tell him. Yeah, let us know in the comments.
Let me know that I'm right. Let me know.
You're
not letting me know. You just let these haters know.
But what did you think of Keith's involvement or lack thereof in the whole
I thought
rescue?
Also that he was going to be involved in the rescue, but I thought it was a good writing job for him not to be, so that when Kelvin comes back, they can kind of be like, still awkward. There can be like a awkwardness still between them, and like, why weren't you with me? Why weren't you there to save me, Keith?
Right. Yeah, because it does seem like there's still going to be some like animosity. We'll talk about like the actual rescue in a bit, but it does seem like there's going to be a little misplaced animosity toward people who had nothing to do with your kidnapping, like Eli and Jesse having a little rift post kidnapping.
Eli and all of the kids.
So it was all the kids.
Well, we saw the little preview. For the people who don't know, we saw the preview after the show, and so there was a little rift between the kids. They feel like he didn't care about them because he refused to pay the ransom because Peter made it seem like that, Eli just didn't want to pay. But Eli didn't want to pay because he believed in Peter's... He tried to appeal to Peter's betterness in his heart. Right. Knowing that Peter's not actually a bad guy, which we got 2 episodes ago. We found out Peter was a decent dude. He was not a bad person at all. And Nehmeh was the one who was like driving the train on the crazy bus.
Yeah. She's still kind of shit.
Driving the train on the crazy bus.
Yeah.
I just said some crazy ass shit right now.
Driving the train on the crazy bus.
Let me just tell you something. I never get caught doing that. If I was on the Dan Le Batard show right now, I would have to pay $5 and put it into the fucking jar, because that is what we call a fine. But what we're going to do on this show, as you know, we drink.
When I mess up, turn it into maybe a catchphrase. Exactly. Like scroll.
Exactly. We put it on a t-shirt.
Driving the train on the crazy bus.
I'm going to be driving this train on the crazy bus all the way to Georgia, goddammit. Put it on a t-shirt. We making t-shirts. We making Whitey will take it t-shirts. And we making driving the train on the crazy bus t-shirts.
We're making Carte Blanche t-shirts. We're making all the t-shirts.
We got all the t-shirts, goddammit. What the fuck you want? Drunk Banthas,
we got the documents. We got the documents t-shirts. I can't even disrespect my boy Blake by saying that. Shout out to Blake. He was couldn't make it here tonight, but he's gonna join us on one of these Righteous Gemstones.
Goddamn right, he gonna come down here with Uncle Baby Billy. Otherwise, I'm gonna pull him, beat him around my knee, and give him a spanking. We don't play that around here now. Don't forget about our new show, Uncle Baby Billy's Bible Bunker.
Let's actually get into that. I'm glad you brought up my guy Wally Goggs. Always amazing.
You're welcome.
I loved when he came in. After the gemstones are kidnapped, he walks in and he just rolls the baby into the wall.
You say roll, I say push. I say accelerate.
Disregarded.
He accelerated the baby into a fucking Chester drawer.
It's like, stop crying. Ain't nobody gonna ransom you now. It's like so mean.
Calm down, Lana. Ain't nobody gonna ransom you now.
And it's just
Then
Aunt Tiffany.
Aunt Tiffany, one of our favorite. What's her name?
I forget the actress's name. Valen, I think. What's her name?
Yeah, Valen Ness. Something. I don't know.
I forget.
Look,
but she's
first of all, we do this drunk, so don't get mad. Sometimes we don't write everything down.
Yeah, that's for Does It Hold Up? Every other Monday at 4:20 a.m. But yeah, we don't do a whole lot of research. we just saw the episode.
We do. We work really hard. Hey, but look, send us the screeners. Us the screeners.
Then we'll have time.
We'll sign the non-disclosures. You know what I'm saying? We'll do it. We'll sign it.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of it.
We will give not only our viewers better entertainment, but you a better rating.
Absolutely. It's a
better review of a solid, more in-depth, knowledgeable conversation about how good or bad the show was.
Yeah. And luckily this show has yet to, it's yet to disappoint. It's always been just incredible. You know, obviously some episodes are better than other ones, but this one was really good.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is just in case people from the show are actually watching. I'm talking about all of the crew, the cast, fucking craft services, all y'all. Let me just say, makeup. This show is normally about talking shit about shows. We never get to do that. It's always some kind of circle jerk, dick sucking marathon around here. And it's only on this show. And I don't like it. It's uncomfortable because I don't like penises. But this is a great show. And we can't help but give nothing but praise to everybody on it. It's not what we come here for, but it's an amazing thing to have happen. It's like when you work at the DMV and everybody's like cool with waiting in line. Yeah. So shout out to y'all. Keep doing the great work that you do, and know that this is not the average thing that happens here. We have carte blanche to talk shit about everything that we talk about here.
Yeah, and we've always been honest, and I think that we've been critical of the things that, we don't love about certain episodes or what have you about this show and, others.
Yeah.
But this was one of those episodes that was just like a solid, like, I don't know, maybe 8.5 for me, because they really hit a lot of, they checked a lot of my boxes, especially in this. Sorry, what were you going to say?
Oh, I think we're about to say the same thing. I think we're about to talk about the same thing.
I don't think we are.
Go ahead. What were you about to say?
But just from the bonding scene with all the gemstones, where they were just like all getting like they're all like actually not yelling with each other, because this whole season has been how they hate each other, and this moment where they all actually come together was really nice.
See, we were about to talk about the same thing.
Oh.
Except I was going to run right through that, but I'm glad you brought that up, because it falls into the same situation where we have the church service with Peter and his renegade of bandits and militia white boys. I try not to say white boys, YouTube. Please don't demonetize us. I just was trying to get the point across.
Hey, white boys isn't.
I don't want to say the other boys, because if I say the other boys, they're.
Hey, they are just a bunch of white boys who are proud.
Don't say those white. Don't. Oh God, we're never.
I said it. You didn't have.
It's not about who said it. It's about it being on YouTube, man.
Out adjectives that were just completely.
Until you start putting bleeps and stuff, we can't do this kind of stuff, man. You're gonna get banned on YouTube, man.
But yeah, what about that scene? Did you like particularly grabbed you?
Well, no, it was like a moment of. So the moment where Uncle Peter's got the goddamn snake holding it at the gemstone children and threatening them and scaring them. Mm-hmm. Well, that was the moment where they realized, it could all be over.
Right.
Like, hey, all we got is each other. And maybe some of the things he said about us, maybe some of that's true. Maybe Daddy, hold on, I said it wrong. Maybe Daddy did Maybe that it did give us too much. Maybe that it didn't discipline us enough. Maybe that it didn't raise us right.
Right. Yeah, which they're kind of taking the wrong, I feel like, message from this or maybe some of the right lessons, some of the wrong ones, because they are letting Peter manipulate them to turn them against Eli, which is like, why would you really believe any of the things?
Well, why would they not believe him? I mean, he didn't come and get him, and somebody had to come break him out. But maybe. Also, these motherfuckers are retarded. Or is that a good word? Damn, YouTube, I'm sorry, I don't know the words to use. Don't demonetize us. But seriously, they're kind of retarded. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they got issues. They're either, like, mentally retarded or they have, like, some kind of mood disorder. Like, they're bipolar. Which I believe they're bipolar because I have a theory that all of Jody Hill and Danny McBride's characters that they write are bipolar. I think that's their way of kind of touching on the issues of psychiatric issues and mental health issues that people suffer from all over the fucking country, all over the world, I guess. But yeah, I think that that's kind of their way of like touching on those subjects. If you go all the way back from, you know, to Foot Fist Way, Eastbound and Down, King Powers.
Like,
sorry?
On a more intense level, like Observe and Report. Where he's just like violently ill.
And he's actually, they are actually declared in that movie that he is bipolar. And I think it falls, you know, Vice Principals, I think both Vice Principals, Walton Goggins and Danny McBride's characters were both bipolar. And I think that we're just following that same pattern here with a family of mostly bipolar people who are fucking like enabled by hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah, it's interesting that you bring that up because it does feel like, especially in the flashback episode, that was like the first time that they really delved into how they feel.
Is this how you delve?
Because they,
when you say delve, that's what you do.
That's how you do it.
Okay, cool.
That's exactly how you do it. For all your listeners, go to YouTube so you can
and like and subscribe.
See that delve. See what that delve do. But yeah, it was interesting, just like in that flashback episode, because that was the first time you see Edie Patterson and Danny McBride's characters fly off the handle all the time, and it's always hilarious. But this is the first time that they've expressed how they feel, like leading up to those moments where they like want to explode on somebody.
Ooh, this is the second time in this season, because remember the flashback episode. Judy explains how she feels when she gets angry to Jesse, and Jesse confirms to her that he feels the same way, and he's like, "Oh, girl, that's fine. Like, fuck that shit. That makes everybody else weird, not you.
Right?
And people who don't want to fuck with you, they're just fucked up.
Right? No, that's the episode I was talking about.
Oh, I always thought you were talking about this episode.
No. Yeah, I was saying like just emphasize your point. Like that was the only time where they actually expressed like how they feel in those moments.
Right. Okay,
and,
excuse me.
But they've been using these characters, like you said, they've been using these kinds of characters for a long time. So it's cool that they've actually just, you know, they've more delving into that like, you know, psychoanalysis of like, you know, how these guys are feeling, or
You're
emotional
welcome.
analysis of how
You're welcome. I've been working on that theory since Observe and Report came out. Like
great movie.
Great movie. When it came out, I literally looked back and at all of the things that they had done before, and I was like, "Yo, are they just writing characters that are bipolar and like expressing how that can manically send you into like a crazy lifestyle?" And that's why you feel sympathetic with these characters in certain ways, because they have highs, they have lows. You feel like a somewhat of a connection to them. You like, because they're either doing what you will do or what you want to do.
Right.
But you always have the same. You always understand where they're coming from with the anger that they have. You just would not do that.
Right.
Just would not act on those feelings, and where they have to, or not have to, but I mean, I guess they have to. I don't know. I don't know how that kind of stuff works. I'm not a fucking doctor. I've just analyzed things for a living on YouTube.
I'm a podcaster, not a doctor. God but
hey, yo, we got to get black Siskel and Ebert t-shirts too.
Okay.
I'm just saying, man. Right. We was talking about it earlier. I just got to mention it. Like, everything is BTS on Drunk Banthas, okay? Okay? Everything is BTS on Drunk Banthas. It's all inside baseball. If it's your first time viewing, please like and subscribe and go watch the other episodes so you can get caught up on all these inside jokes, secrets.
But yeah, then and they had this bonding moment, which is real nice. But then Mei and Carl apparently have conspired to break him out. Which I thought was pretty cool, like how this all, like, the succession of how all this happens. Gideon catches Mei leaving the gemstone home and then follows her to the Montgomery compound, and you're kind of thinking that something's up. Because anybody could have been walking through that door. It could have been Gideon, it could have been Peter Montgomery, but it's Carl and Mei. Everything's all right.
Everything's great. It is... Carl leaves the service that's being done where Peter's giving his actual sermon. Mm-hmm. And then the white boy's doing the KKK song, whatever that is. What was that? Somebody put it in the comments, please. I'm not going to look up that fucking crazy ass country
somebody's
song.
like, I don't want to say it now that you call it the KKK song.
Yeah, there's somebody that don't even want to say it.
I like that song.
I love that song. Yeah, my daddy used to sing that song to me every day.
Before I went to bed.
Look, there's two things I want to say. I'm sorry to you, sir, or ma'am, whoever's had to hear that song their whole life. And also, I'm sorry, I hate that song.
But yeah, it was a cool, tense little moment when Peter and Chuck catch up to everybody when they're trying to escape. And Peter tells Chuck to kill his mom.
Yeah, that's weird.
Insane.
Well, let me ask you a question before you move on here. This is a good place to ask you this question. Mm-hmm. Did you feel like Peter was gonna shoot Mei?
Yeah, well,
in the moment.
You mean Chuck? No, Chuck's the brother.
No, Peter had the gun out first.
No. Oh, at first, I thought he was.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
okay, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
I was like, he's gonna shoot her.
Yeah, that's I did too. I was like, this nigga really gonna shoot her. This nigga gonna shoot Mei because he been really wanting to pop Mei for goddamn about 30 years.
Ever since he told him to go get the Sprite.
Ever since he told her she was gonna keep the baby, he been wanting to pop Mei in the throat because he's scared. He been scared of Mei the entire
throat
time.
chops.
Yeah, because Mei throw out. Look, for anybody who hasn't been paying attention, Mei throws out throat chops. So look, that's why you gotta watch it. You gotta put your hand up like this when Mei around.
Right.
You gotta do like this.
If you talking shit, you gotta guard.
You gonna say something. Then hold your hand up like this and do like this in case you try to slap your face. See this? This will get close, just so y'all know.
Mei plays "Protect Your Neck" by Wu-Tang Clan when she walks in the room.
Oh, that'd be a great short for us.
Yeah, right. Oh,
Mei chopping Judy in the throat. Protect your neck. Man, let's do that.
But Gideon comes in and saves the day. He turns out he's the Deus Ex Machina of the episode.
That's right. That means he's God, y'all.
And what did you think of this Redeemer scene? Because I thought that was really cool. They did some really clever compositing of like when the monster truck is driving dangerously close to Steve Zahn and Big Carl, but it's not actually them because they just did some really good CGI.
I think it was actually them. They just put a green screen there, and it wasn't actually the Redeemer wasn't actually there. They just did some good action shots with the Redeemer. Mm-hmm. And let me tell you something. I know we can't get this confirmed because at this moment we have a very important labor strike going on right now with the writers and the actors, SAG and the WIGZAG.
The SAG-AFTRA, yeah.
No, I'm talking about SAG and then the Writers Guild.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say theirs. You say
the Wiggers. No, it's the WGA.
Yeah, exactly. They don't have a clever way of saying theirs. SAG and then you say the guys, the Writers Union.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got the Writers Union, we got the Actors Union out here. They can't. We had some really serious interviews we were going after for y'all for this podcast.
That's true.
We could not lock any of that down because of this actor strike.
That is also true.
And when this shit ends, we're gonna get some more. We're gonna go back to this show, specifically this show.
That is
we're gonna
also
try
true.
to give you guys some real fucking amazing interviews because we really, really feel like this is one of the best shows on television. Period.
Yeah, it was. This show has been consistently incredible in no small part due to the writing and the acting and everybody involved. Production design, like this, it's really, really great. And so, what do you think that's gonna happen in the next episode? Do you think that the Montgomerys are gonna retaliate in some way? Now, Big Carl definitely seems like he's Team Gemstone.
He better be because he getting shot next time.
Yeah, he might as well just hang out in the compound, homeboy.
He literally got rid of some people that one dude was ready to kill. I mean, that dude's gonna be upset. He done got all prepared. He got his mouth all prepared to shoot somebody.
Yeah.
Shout out to anybody who knows what that means. He got his mouth all ready to shoot somebody, and then he gonna get to a silo where there's no people in it.
Yeah, it's
no people to commit mass murder. So he gonna have to kill somebody. So Carl better not go back.
Yeah, and I'm sure Peter's gonna have to do something to maintain his dominance, to like prove his dominance of everyone, prove he still wants the gemstones dead and wants.
Well, the only person who saw him act like a bitch was his son.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he's like, you kill your mom. I can't do it. It's like, oh.
I mean, it's not. First of all the kids out there, just want to inform you. You're not acting like a bitch if you don't want to kill your mom.
Yeah.
If you don't want to kill your mom, you're not acting like a bitch. If you don't want to kill anybody, you're not acting like a bitch. And as a matter of fact, a bitch is a female dog. And therefore...
You'd have to be going through some great lengths to be acting like a bitch.
So, just want to clear that up. For all the YouTube people out there, if you catch words that we say, catch those words too. I'm just out here trying to inform people about things that are going on television and movies. That's it. That's it.
That's a lovely, lovely message. I think that's a great place to end it. Guys, thank you for listening to the Drunk Banthas podcast. We do this every once in a while, so go ahead and leave a like and subscribe so you can get updates on new videos. Check us out on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Twitter, IG, TikTok, likewise. Letterboxd, all the internet things at the Drunk Banthas. Stay safe, my little sibs, and may the force be with you.